Okay, so let's be honest. We've all told ourselves, I just need to push through today. And then we end up wiped out for days after. Does this sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone and it's not your fault. If you've been running on fumes and ignoring your body's red flags and then blaming yourself for not keeping up, I want you to know that it's time for a mindset shift. Today, I'm going to show you why pushing through your autoimmune fatigue is actually making things worse and what you should be doing instead. So the first mindset shift that I want you to think about is that autoimmune fatigue is not laziness. And it's also not getting older, and it's definitely not all in your head. I know that it's easy to fall into this trap of thinking that you're not trying hard enough, or even worse, when you feel guilty for needing rest because your to-do list is still a mile long. But I want you to realize that the kind of fatigue that comes with autoimmune disease is on a whole different level. This isn't just about being tired after a long day. It's your body actually sending you a cellular level SOS, right? And here's what I mean by this. When you have an autoimmune disease, your immune system is in a constant state of overdrive and it's attacking your own tissues by mistake. And this creates inflammation throughout your body, sometimes silent and sometimes very loud. And that inflammation puts a huge amount of stress on your cells. And inside of your cells are your mitochondria. And these are like the little powerhouses of your cells, and they are responsible for producing energy. So when inflammation is high, those mitochondria are struggling to function. It's like trying to run a marathon with no fuel and a twisted ankle. That's why even basic tasks like folding your laundry or making dinner can feel exhausting. So again, it's not in your head. You're not making this up. It's actually in your cells. And if you're the type of person who wants to have a deeper understanding of the science behind why this happens, go ahead and check out the video that I've linked here. But here's the bigger point that I want to drive home. Fatigue is not something to push through or ignore. That would be like seeing your car's check engine light come on and just putting a little sticky note over it instead of taking it in to get fixed. Your body is trying to get your attention. It's saying something's off. I need support. So instead of looking at your fatigue as a personal failure or something that you just have to power through, I want you to start seeing it as an important message. It's feedback. And when we listen to it, when we slow down and rest and support our bodies, we give ourselves a chance to actually heal, not just survive. And I get it, you've got people counting on you. Maybe you have a family to take care of, or clients that need you, or a calendar that feels like it never has enough space. Believe me, I totally get this. And you've probably been praised your whole life for being the one who shows up and handles stuff and just gets things done no matter what. And that's a great quality. If that sounds like you, please click the like button so that you know you're not the only one who's been pushing through and trying to hold it all together. But when fatigue hits, your first instinct then is going to be to push through, to just kind of power through your day and deal with the crash later, because resting kind of feels indulgent or maybe weak or just not an option. But here's the second mindset shift that I want you to consider. Pushing through is not strength, it's actually self-sabotage. So every time you override your body's signals and push past that deep bone level fatigue, you're telling your body that survival matters more than healing. And we don't want to do that. Your body is going to respond then, and what happens next? Your inflammation will go up and your cortisol levels will spike. Cortisol, again, is a stress hormone. Your nervous system is going to shift back into fight or flight mode, and your immune system in turn is going to become dysregulated, and your already overworked mitochondria are going to struggle even more to keep up. And the result here is that you just crash, you flare, and you feel even further behind. And maybe that sense of guilt and frustration and self-blame starts building up. But here's the truth with this. Pushing through doesn't build resilience. It burns you out. Real resilience means knowing when to pause. It means respecting your body enough to listen to it. I mean, that's what you would tell a loved one who's going through something similar, right? You would let them know, hey, you need to rest. You need to listen to your body. You need to give yourself that same level of care and love and understanding. And this is where healing begins, not in forcing yourself to keep going, but in choosing to slow down intentionally. Because healing and hustling do not go hand in hand. So what I want you to remember is that rest is not a luxury or a reward. It's your body's most essential healing tool. It's not weak to rest, even though that's what our society tells us. It's what you need to do if you're truly committed to healing. And if you choose to rest, I promise that you're not giving up. If this is making sense to you and you're ready to stop pushing through and start listening to what your body really needs, then I'd love for you to join my email community and grab my free Autoimmune Harmony Roadmap, because it's going to guide you through the very first steps to pinpoint what's triggering your flare-up so that you can begin calming your inflammation instead of just powering through the pain. Plus, I'm going to send you exclusive trainings and inspiration and member-only discounts that you can get to help you heal. So just go ahead and click the link in the description box below so that you can get that today. But getting back to our conversation, rest is incredibly productive when you have an autoimmune condition, because when you allow yourself to slow down, your immune system recalibrates and your brain actually clears waste and inflammation through something called the lymphatic system, especially while you're sleeping. Your mitochondria rebuild ATP, which is the energy currency that your cells use. So strategic rest gives your body the space that it needs to repair, and that's what actually leads to progress. Not pushing harder, but listening better. Now, let's talk a minute about something called spoon theory. If you know what I'm talking about, leave me a comment and let me know how many spoons you have left today. So if you don't know, spoon theory is something that a blogger named Christine Miserandino came up with. And I'm so sorry if I mispronounced her name. But she has lupus, and she wrote this essay to describe exactly what it's like to manage limited energy when you have a chronic illness. So here's the concept. Imagine you wake up every day with a set number of spoons, and each spoon represents the energy that it takes to do something, like getting dressed, answering emails, making dinner. Unlike someone in perfect health who might have almost an endless supply of spoons, you only have so many spoons, right? And once they're gone, they're gone. And that's why pacing matters. That's why saying no matters. And that's why rest isn't just allowed, it's essential, okay? So here's the final mindset shift that I want you to walk away with today. You don't have to earn rest. You are already doing more than most people realize just trying to get through the day. Rest isn't weakness, rest is wisdom. It's not a reward that you get for hustling harder, it's a necessary part of your healing. And you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Not your doctor, not your boss, not your inner critic. You're allowed to honor your body. You're allowed to choose peace over pressure, and you're allowed to heal. And if you've been stuck in this push through it cycle, just know that you can get out of it. You can heal smarter, not harder. And you can take your spoons back one intentional choice at a time. So here's your invitation today. Take a deep breath, let go of your guilt, and give yourself permission to rest strategically and unapologetically. Because your energy will come back, but only if you stop spending it faster than you can rebuild it. Leave me a comment and let me know what's one thing you're going to say no to this week so that you can protect your energy. And don't miss the next video where I'm going to show you how to start building back your energy without triggering flare-ups. See you in the next one.